Hello again everyone, this is me Chinatsu. Okay, here's the dream scenario. What if you could study English without having to force yourself? The habit of setting aside time for English comes naturally, and learning feels like pure joy. And most of all, the more fun you have, the better the results. Be honest, that's the dream, isn't it? In this video, I'm gonna share my routines that make learning English not just effective, but something I've never wanted to quit. I mean, I haven't quit so far, so I've got strong proof for you guys, right? I'm also gonna share a few methods inspired by this beautiful book which I finished recently, basically backed by science. I'm gonna share 5 routines and hacks to maximize your study: spaced repetition, active recall, the protege effect, responsibility, academic self-concept. If you're looking for a fun and effective routine, please stick around until the end of this video. As always, if you have got any questions, comments, please let me know. I would love to hear what you have to say. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you're more than welcome to as well. Alright, let's get right into it. Okay, the first routine is about using content, especially video. I usually watch videos while having a brekkie. I can't start my day without food, basically. I need to eat heaps, to be honest. Or I'm gonna play the audio on my way to work. And there is one tip I swear by. That is revisiting the same content. You know, in Japanese, there's an idea of tadoku or tacho, which means reading and listening a lot, so you expose yourself to new content. But there's another beautiful effect called spaced repetition, which I'm going to share today. Obviously, I expose myself to English contents as much as I can, but the important thing is I consciously go back to something I've already seen or heard before. To be honest, for me, rewatching or re-listening isn't boring or meaningless. In fact, every time I revisit a video, or especially video, I would say, I find something new which excites me. So basically, the more you listen, the more your comprehension grows. And not only that, there are parts I already understand. Like, yeah, I get the joke. I know why people are laughing here. So my English has been built upon a mix of like, yes, I know this moment, and new discoveries, and gradually stronger comprehension. Like, you don't need to understand everything at once, but it's okay to go back again, because the more you listen, the more your comprehension gets. Actually, there is even research showing that in language learning, revisiting at longer intervals helps you achieve long-term memory than just cramming. It's not about pushing harder. It's okay to go back to your favorites. Especially, I want to recommend favorites because you are actually into it. Like, you've got association with that content. So if you're interested, you get more, right? I keep a playlist on YouTube, just like this, and then simply return them when I feel like it. So when you use content, please add this routine. Don't hesitate to watch or listen to your favorite content, because that's how you truly absorb it. This is spaced repetition. The second routine is active recall. So active recall is the act of trying to remember. Say you're studying for exam or something. I mean, you're preparing for the mock test. Taking a mock test, actually, that's study too. Not just checking your understanding, it benefits your memory as well. In short, any activity related to output can be active recall. When I was in school, I already knew like copying the pages, you know, copy the textbook and write it on your notebook. I knew that it was not effective. By the way, in the book, it said that copying from the textbook was also proven not to be effective. So please be careful. Instead, what you gotta do is check your understanding. Grab a piece of paper and just write down what I learned that day. If I can't recall, then that means I don't understand it well. So then I learn it again. For example, use Anki cards, write down on a piece of paper, as I said, or use some apps or ChatGPT to do a mini test or something. So what I'm trying to say is not only input but output. You try to answer. This act can strengthen your memory. And to be honest, I don't study English that way anymore, reading textbooks or something like that. For example, after work, I think back like what kind of conversations I had at work, what I said, or how people responded to what I said. Often I find myself thinking like, oh, I should have said this, or like, oh, I could have said that, something like this. I'm sure many of you guys have done the same. And I would say it can be called regret. That's actually active recall. So active recall of what you said or did after, let's say, online lesson, or after you had a chat with your friends, or reading a book, or learning something. Just spare a few minutes to remember what you said or like how the conversation went. So active recall, even like a couple of minutes of reflection, self-reflection, can strengthen your memory. So try that from today. Okay, here's another trick to staying hooked on English. Make it personal. And for better results, use the protege effect, which is also introduced in the book. The protege effect is, I think it's a French word. It refers to the phenomenon where teaching or preparing to teach someone else helps the teacher learn the material more effectively. Like when you teach someone, you actually learn more from it. So what I do now at work is I really recommend this. I've got a colleague who loves TED Talks and business podcast. And I usually listen to one TED Talk speech on the way to work. So, I work only 2 days. I see him only like once in a week. So what we do is we exchange what we learned from videos or podcasts that week. It's so good, I tell you, until our manager finds us yapping on the floor. And actually, there are 2 keys in this habit. So as I said, the protege effect is what we should make the best of, right? So I do my best to explain what I learned from one video or one podcast. However, at the same time, what I try to do is I always add how I feel about the speech, or like what I thought. My opinions and feelings. So it's not only about the content, but also about me, my feeling, my opinion. So when you talk about your feelings or opinions, actually your focus is like 300%. If it's about you, your brain works better. So if you have a language exchange friend, actually you can do it like in your journal or talking to yourself practice. Please add your opinion and thoughts. Then you can make the best of personalization. And the second thing is, as I said, the protege effect. I know it requires a bit of extra energy, but I've got so many benefits from it in terms of English. Now, I also want to share a principle which I learned while studying psychology. Responsibility breeds empowerment. It's sort of like my precept. So when it comes to study routines, I would love you guys to try, implement some from this video. However, are you doing what you're doing now because someone told you to do so, or you choose to do it? Here, responsibility doesn't have to sound like formal or rigid. It simply means you do it because you have chosen to do it. So there is a responsibility and there is commitment to it. A lot of people study English because, they think like it's their choice, but when it comes to routines, they do it because, oh, someone recommended it, or someone said it's good, or someone said that it works. Think about it, when things don't go well, a lot of people blame it on those people, like, oh, they recommended it to me, but it didn't work. But in the end, the reason why you do it because you have chosen to do it. And when there's responsibility, you do it because you choose to. Actually, you feel more motivated because, again, it's your responsibility. So I always get inspired by oshi katsudo, I would say. A lot of people, like, for example, they don't mind taking the night buses and taking 7 or 8 hours to meet oshi. For other people, it looks like effort. A lot of effort, right? But for them, it's nothing because, again, they choose to do it. it. So when it comes to study, it might be hard, it might be difficult. However, if you have chosen to do it by yourself, then you gotta do it. And also, so you try to make the most of opportunities. So as an effective study routine, please ask yourself this time, am I choosing to learn English for myself or for someone else? It's sort of like a wake-up call, isn't it? Finally, here is a small but super powerful daily habit I would love you guys, all of you guys, to try. It literally takes just 2 minutes, so do it in the morning, please. That is, build a positive academic self-concept. In other words, talk to yourself as if you're already capable. I mean, you're good at studying and you are good at English. So when I was filming with Atsan the other day, he asked me, okay, when did you get into English? And I said, probably junior high, because I thought I was good at it. And as soon as I said it, I was like, oh, I shouldn't have said this. I mean, we Japanese don't do that, do we? But then I realized, it's okay. I mean, I shouldn't feel sorry about it, because that mindset, like I love English and I'm good at it, has carried me for the last, I don't know, like 15 years or so. And honestly, I'm not even sure if I was good at it. Like when I was in junior high, obviously I couldn't speak English like this, but I believed I was good at it. So without needing, I mean, I didn't even ask for like anyone's approval. That self-image, like self-concept motivated me to get here. When it comes to English, comparison is nonsense. So for better results, the positive message in your head is actually what you need, and it works so well. So instead of comparing yourself to others, like tell yourself, like right now, I'm a hard worker, I'm good at study, I'm good at memorizing, I'm good at English, my pronunciation is amazing, I'm a good communicator. When I speak English, I make people happy, I can make people laugh. You don't need other people to tell you like what you're good at or like what your strength, but just get what you want now. Just pretend like you've got what you want. So this positive self-image motivates you and helps you get the results you want. And I tell you, what matters is whether you believe it or not. So please believe, please set your self-image. From today, set positive academic self-image and keep telling yourself and keep encouraging yourself. I'm pretty sure they help you to get to where you want to be. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So if you want to share some English routines that you want to implement, please share that with me right here. And not only that, if you've got any questions, comments, please let me know as well. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you're more than welcome to as well. All right, I see you in the next video soon.